Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to the garden for our weekly garden update. It is a beautiful day today, guys. I kid you not. Right now, we are sitting at about, where are we temperature wise? Right about 68, 70. There is a wind, so I'm actually using my mic this morning. So we won't have a lot of the bird sounds joining us. I miss my birds. Right, I can hear them, but probably you can't. But I'm using my mic this morning simply because of all of the wind that we've got going on. Right, but beautiful morning. The high for today is about 80. It is overcast right now. We were supposed to have rain yesterday. We had nothing. So I'm getting ready. Do you see my sprinkler head over there? I've turned on my sprinklers. I'm going to water the lawn. Right, that's how we do it here. And then while I do that, I'm going to give you an update on the roses. Leonardo da Vinci dying to be deadheaded. We'll do that a bit later. But here is the Kennedy rose. You had asked me about this rose, and I said, hey, I will remember to show you. Now, the blooms are a little bit on the faded side because he's been in bloom for a few days now. But let me show you coming on up. He is a healthy rose and looking good. And what I did is I moved this one from full sun and I popped him on the side of the drive where he's going to get morning sun, afternoon shade because he does fizzle quite quickly in my sun. Yeah. Take a peek next door. Let's see if I can show you him. Walking on over. He's thirsty, so he's nodding a little bit more than usual, but look at this guy. Thomas A. Beckett surprised me and burst into bloom. When was it? I think it was one, two, three, maybe 3 or so days ago. Right? Look at him doing his thing. Let me pull back so you can see him in his entirety. Can you see this fella? Boy, I'm telling you, I love Thomas. I love it. Doesn't he just work in a container? Nodding and all, he looks really good. Mhm. I'll pull you in close so I can show you some of the blooms. Now, I was saying, I think he burst into bloom on about Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. I remember coming out. He's right by the entrance, the garage. So as soon as the garage door came up, he greeted me with all of these blooms. And you know what made me happy, guys? Oh man, I was so happy to see him. It made me laugh. He made me smile. But this rose is really a surprise, doing absolutely awesome, really awesome in a container. And I also did the same thing with him. Benefits of container gardening. I'm starting to like it, right? Is I moved him from full sun and also have him now in a section where he gets morning sun and afternoon shade because our summer sun, oh boy, mercy. It's hot, people. It is hot. All right, let me turn you around. Good morning to the rest of the roses on the drive. You have seen these guys before, but I want to show you a new bloomer. Look at this. This is our peace rose. Let me pull back. This one keeps suffering from black spot. I'm trying to figure him out, right? But this one is special to me because, again, this one started my container garden. So I will keep working with him until I figure him out. He sent up, pulling back some more, really long, sturdy peace rose canes this year. Let me see. I'm going to go up and up and up. Hopefully you're not hearing the wind, right? That cane goes up forever, but let me show you his blooms. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And come down here. Oh my goodness. Are you not liking that? Look at the difference in colors, guys. We got pinks, we got yellows, we got a peachy kind of a thing going on. And look at this new bloom. Starting all yellow. Oh man, this is a cute little rose. Here, well, actually, he wants to be a beast of a rose, but he is cute. Right? Cute in my container. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. There are on the cane. I told you that's just way long. Let me pull you up so you can see it. The wind is blowing, so this could go bad really quick. But here are some of his blooms that he has on. Wow, he's taller than me. So over 5 feet tall in terms of the cane, the height. And I'm hoping that you are seeing the blooms. Let me pull back. There you go. Look at that. Oh, you're doing so good this season. You're showing off, Poppy. I like it. I like it. You are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. And let me turn you to the down and take you up just a bit. Who's that? That is our Rose of Sharon, covered in buds and giving us, look at that, first blooms. You see how many blooms we got here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Oh, no, stop it. There's more. Come on. Let me take you around. There is more, guys. Look at this. 5. Oh, wow. And look at all of the buds on this plant. Tell me you're not enjoying that. Oh, beautiful. Filled with buds. So we are going to have a dynamic, absolutely dynamic bloom season from this one this year. This is her 3rd year in the ground. And I think this is probably going to be one of our best shows. Right, and we're going to pull back a little, hopefully see. This is a better view. So you can see both the peace rose that I was showing you right here. Oh, look at my baby. And there is our Rose of Sharon. I love her. I love the pop of blue in the season and she contrasts beautifully with the hydrangeas on either side of her. It's going to be a nice bloom phase. And now here we are on the side garden. Look at that knockout rose blooming its head off. Look at that teeny little thing on the floor. Stop it. That is a gorgeous. Listen to me, guys. Now you see why I'm so insistent on keeping this rose in my garden, right? Look at it. Look, girl, you're gorgeous. Look. Absolutely gorgeous. Pushing up new growth, right? I'm like to admit it now that I have her planted a little bit too close to the rose beside her, right? She's right beside Claire. I should have had her centered more with the tree behind her, but it is all good. She is growing and she likes the space, and we're going to call it a win. What do you guys think? It's a win, people. It's a win. All right, the roses here are getting ready to bloom again. This is the poet's wife. All that new growth. Look at the new buds. Healthier than I expected at this time of the year. All right. The poet's wife is always a reliable bloomer. Can't beat it. Can't beat her, people. All right, let me just show you a quick glimpse of the garden from the outside. Walking you on through. Coreopsis still doing their thing. Twilight Zone. Let's pause on Twilight Zone for a moment because look at Twilight Zone pushing up all of these. Oh, guys, this is a good year for my roses. Twilight Zone is starting to grow. Finally, this cane is huge. Let me see if I can see. It is thicker than, it is like the size of, ouch. Ooh, and she thought, what? I didn't know Twilight Zone was that thorny, right? Almost stuck me with a really big thorn there. But this cane that we're looking at, it's huge. It's so thick. All right, my baby, it looks like she is finally settling into the space after, when did we plant her? 2 years? Right, finally settling in. This is good. Right, Charles Darwin has been deadheaded, as all the roses have. Look, see, new growth coming on up. And I am proud to say I took your instructions and I wrote them down in terms of the handling of my climber and specifically Eden. This is Eden right here in the background. So just like you said, once she had finished blooming, she pushed up 2 nice canes for me. This one started earlier in the season, and there is a second one coming up there in the back that you cannot see. I have taken the first one and I have started bending her and I have her trained in that direction. The second one that comes up behind her, I'm going to try to pull that one across this way. What I normally do, or what I've done the last 2 seasons, is that I would leave the cane alone and I had it just grow so it's 6 feet height. And then in the spring, that's when I would shuffle, shuffle, shuffle and start bending the cane into the direction that I'd like it to go. So I'm thinking maybe that was, yeah, I probably should have done that. Started the bending or the training phase a little earlier in the season, which is what we've done now. Right. So let's see, fingers crossed, guys, that we will have a beautiful Eden for you next spring. But she is putting on lots of new growth. Can you see that? Lots of new growth, looking really good. All right, let's continue going down. We're supposed to go down. We weren't supposed to stop, but I had to just mention Eden. And I want to I want to show you the garden from, see if I can give you a full view of the garden from this side. Right, all of our yellows are popping. Are you seeing it? Coreopsis, you see the theme this year, right? Just taking it on up to the marigolds. Right, so we repeated just the same colors over and over again in order to try to pull the garden together. And I think it kind of worked. I kind of like it. The Shasta daisies are cooling us down in the center under the dapple willows. They are now in full bloom. You see those little white circles? Those are our Shasta daisies. All right, and we do have some rose love and energy going on the inside. Let me pull back a little bit more. That is our garden. Do you know where I enjoy my garden from? What view I enjoy it from? It looks really good from a distance. Up close, I see everything that needs to be done, but from a distance, it looks good. Looks like it's got some potential. All right, guys, let me show you the rose walk really quick because we've got a bloomer there, and he's growing really well too. Come on. All right, here we are on the walk. And you know why I brought you here, right? You see it? You see it? Oh my gosh, you're seeing my baby. This is Munstead Wood. Munstead Wood is finally getting settled in, right? So first season, second year, second and a half year in the ground, almost 3 years old now, right? Look at my baby, people. Look at my baby. A very thorny rose, and because it's so windy, I won't get too close because I don't want to get slapped at one of the canes. Ouch! Caught up in one of them. Oh, listen. Hold on. Munstead Wood. Look at this. Oh man, the fragrance on this rose is oh outstanding, tremendous, gorgeous old rose, sweet old rose. Right? Just think of that classic rose fragrance, and that's Munstead Wood for you. But look at the new canes. Really huge. This rose is settled in. He is settling in and he is going to be an awesome bloomer in the space. If I could just get rid of all this crabgrass that's growing in my beds this year. No idea where it came from. I've never had an issue with it that I can think of. But this year, it's everywhere in almost every bed. I kid you not. Not cool, right? Right here is the poet's wife, beautiful as always, right? One of the most carefree roses in the garden of the DA roses. I never worry about the poet's wife. Olivia Rose Austin is filled with new growth, which means that we got lots of buds coming, and hopefully we'll be able to enjoy a second wave of blooms from her. Hello, hello, the bloom-struck hydrangea. The bloom-struck hydrangea has finally started to bloom. Ooh, she's hiding two back here. Can you believe she's hiding them from us? Beautiful. You should feel how strong and sturdy this hydrangea is in terms of the growth, the stems. Oh my goodness, so healthy. When she was just planted, she was a teeny little floppy thing, but lots and lots of heads and lots of flowers, yeah? This year, she has just really spent a lot of energy putting up strong, lush, sturdy stems to hold on to these nice little blooms that she's going to give us. I need to read up more on hydrangeas and the mop heads to ensure that I'm fertilizing and watering correctly because I would love to see her fully covered with blooms like she was last year. And I want to see her healthy in the garden. Pulling back, this area no longer works because the alliums they're just two little alliums tucked in right here in between, well, on either side of this hydrangea, the bloomstruck. They need to come out. This area is way too cluttered. I can't breathe. I can't see anything, right? Um, So I'll be taking them out and putting them somewhere else in the garden. I have so much alliums in the garden, and it all started with just two containers of alliums, and I constantly divide, and I've got alliums everywhere in too many places. But these guys need to go so that the hydrangea has space to breathe and so that I can actually see ground, because I've got a thing about seeing the ground in the garden. It makes me feel safe. A quick update on Gertrude Jekyll. Remember how remember what Gertrude looked like last week? Look at this. She's leafed up now. Stop it. New growth. Yep. All right. She looks good. She wasn't too upset with me rebounding from that cutback. And again, I wish that I had done it earlier and that I had done it with most of the plants, because having them cut back really allowed them to push up that new growth, and they bounced back into healthy really fast. Right. But this is what Gertrude's looking like. I need to get some more compost, guys. Get some more compost. This is our endless summer hydrangea summer crush. Right? Look at this one. This one's been growing here for 1, 2, 3 years. Right? She is looking healthy. Like I said, I've learned not to put much hope or anticipation in terms of the growth, in terms of size and mass for these hydrangeas, the mop heads, because I realize they do their own thing, right? My goal is to simply keep them watered and healthy. And then, yeah, we'll see what they look like next season, right? It's that kind of a thing here, where I realize I have absolutely no control over what these guys do. I just have to be patient and allow them to do what they want to do. The Bobo hydrangeas are growing back in. Here's Bobo number 1 and Bobo number 2. All right, so this is good. The cutback really, really helped. And this is the another endless summer crush. This was newly added this season because we replaced the one that had died there. All right, birds are in the background. Let me turn you and just show you really quickly the new planting. You saw these last week as well. Look at the new growth. Remember, I told you I wasn't worried. Look at the new growth, guys. This is Donahue. Looks like he's what? Stop it! I think I stop it. I think this rose has a bud. Look at this. What? I think this little rose wants to float. Look at this teeny little thing. Remember, this is a 2-quart rose with teeny, teeny, teeny little stems. I think I'm going to take his bud off and let him focus on just rooting for me. Right? Wow. And you know what? In hindsight, I haven't planted too close to the back of the bed, and I'm so tempted to move him, but I'm going to leave him there and just, I should have planted him closer to the front. I don't know why I have him where I have him, but that's all right. Let's see. This is number 2. All right. This right here is also pushing up new growth. Princess Alexandra of Kent. She established really quickly when I first planted her as a 2-quart container years ago in the back garden. Right. So I'm thinking that she's going to do as she's always done, which is grow really well here. And again, I'd love to see her perform in this partial shade area. Because DA does say, as mentioned, as I repeat myself over and over again, that she should do really well in partial shade. The birds are chirping in the back garden. They're trying to tell you to come on in. They're saying, come on over here, Naomi. But I have nothing to show you in the back garden this morning. So I'm like, why are you calling me over, guys? They want us to come in. So you know what? Let's walk in. Let's get in there, guys. Let me see if I can open this gate. And let's see what they're trying to show you, because they are definitely calling us in here. All right. Little hottie hydrangea. I'm going to step back and show you this bed. 2 weeks ago when you saw it, I had the purple prince planted here. Remember, this is where we had the little hotties in all of the bed. The ones at the front, for some reason, died on me. We needed to move one of our hydrangeas to Bobo from the rose walk in order to do some upgrades on it. So we pulled her out. Kid you not, this is her right here, you know. This size plant. Pulled her out about 2 weeks ago. She was stressed, as you can tell. No leaves in the center. This little baby was so stressed she dropped all of her leaves, all of her lower leaves. Held on to her top growth though, which is good. And she is no longer wilting. It took her about 5 days to just relax and stop wilting. And I'm confident to say that she started to root in and to get settled in the space at this point. Let me pull back so you can see her. And now I'm just willing her to push out new growth down here in that empty center. Right? Then if that's something that will happen next spring, I think she might surprise us and give us some love this year. But all in all, no more wilting, no more drooping. We've got a healthy hydrangea. We have to figure out now, we're going to try to just totally rework this bed. So we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with the container hydrangea in the back and all the little hottie. For now, we'll let her hang out here, right? But then once we get to this bed, we'll try to rework it and do something else, something different in the space. It's really been a season of just changes in the garden. And we've been rolling with it, right? We've been rolling with it. More crabgrass. Stop it, people. I'm growing crabgrass like crazy here. But in the crabgrass, I've got medallias. Look at medallias, people. Let me pull back. Ah, look at dahlias. What? I got dahlias in my garden. I know I can't believe it either. Let's see how they bloom. They are huge. Really huge. Yeah. They don't seem to they wilt like crazy in the sun. Even well watered soil, they wilt. Right? But I'm not stressing it. It's my first year growing them in ground like this, so I'll take it as a learning year, and I'll learn as much as I can, and hopefully we will get some nice blooms, and I will show those to you. I will share my blooms, people. All right, look on the patio. Hydrangeas are coming on in. Turn around, or marigolds have not been deadheaded yet. They are not trying to be deadheaded since you've seen them in bloom for 1, 2, 3. Was it 4 weeks and going? Right? Still holding on to those blooms, basking in the sun, loving the heat of the sun, these marigolds. Right? So this area works beautifully for me. Ooh, come here. Pop star. This is a pop star hydrangea. Look at it, planted late last fall. It did give us a bloom. It's a teeny little thing. Oh my goodness. But like I said, hydrangeas, these mop heads, take their time to do what they want to do in my garden. So no pressure, baby girl. Do your thing. Right? We will be enjoying, hopefully, a huge plant here in a couple seasons. Right, you're looking at Bring Me Sunshine. Nice new growth. He has flushed out beautifully. So we should get a nice second wave of blooms from him. This rose is a really reliable bloomer. Can't fault him in any way. Princess Anne doing the same. The hydrangea back here. It's a cooler day, so she is enjoying her life at the moment. Another summer crush. And or Shasta daisies are doing what Shasta daisies do, which is a bloom, people. Right? Last year, I did a Chelsea chop on the Shastas. I came in and I cut them all black once the blooms had started to fade, hoping that they would have pushed up new blooms for me. You know, they didn't. They did not. They did not. So this year, if I've got time on my hands, which I probably will, I'm going to go ahead and come in and I'm going to literally deadhead one at a time to see how long I can prolong that bloom phase, because I'm told if you deadhead one at a time, that they're going to push up new growth and you'll be able to keep them blooming for longer in the season. All right, there is a John. Did you see what's his name? Davis. It's James L. Austin. Austin. Where did I get Davis from, guys? James L. Austin. And if you saw him in bloom this season, we've got nice new growth on him. He gave us a good first flush of roses. All right, but here is a nice little bloom that you can look at. All right, and everybody else in the garden is at the same phase where new growth's coming up and they are getting ready to give us a second wave of blooms. Lady of Shalott started late this season, so she is still in bloom right now. All right. No complaints. Hey, it's good to have somebody blooming back here, looking healthy, doing what she does in terms of those. Let me move over in terms of those really long canes. And I don't want her to do it this year. So initially with her, I don't know if you're like me, you baby every cane because you know that there's going to be a bloom on top, right? This season, I'm going to cut those canes back. I'm not going to even allow her to set a bud, right? You see how tall this is? I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut her back to the height that I want her to be, a little bit lower. And hopefully she'll branch off from there and push up new growth and then flower. Yeah, she looks like she is going to misbehave on us this season. Already sending up those really long canes, girl. All right, but and to show you the blooms, awesome blooms as always. All right. Okie dokie. And that is our garden, guys. Baby munsteds blooming, grass growing. Stop it. All right. Ooh, what's this? Scepter de Owls. Lots of nice new growth on this one. I've got one cane here that needs to be deadheaded. I've started walking when I go through the garden. I've started walking with my pruners. Finally, right? So I'm able to deadhead as I see the roses in need of it. That has really helped. Another of this is the Proven Winners hydrangea that I always forget the name of, but looking gorgeous, right? Huge. I know I show you all the time, but let me show you one more time. Huge. Look at it. What? That is the hugest head that I've ever seen on a hydrangea. Huge. Kid you not. Nice. And I like that she's holding on to it. Right? And I'll turn you around slowly. This is our garden. Florentina dying to be deadheaded and trained. She sent up so many new canes. All right, that's one that I really, 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 really want to show you. Ooh, but I won't show you this right now because she's really messy and I'm nervous to go over there. But look at that. Teasing Georgia. Stop it. Look who's Stop it. Teasing Georgia, people. Hi, baby girl. Teasing Georgia, guys. Look. Oh, baby. Hello. Good morning. You look so healthy and so happy. Hi, Mama. Look at this, guys. Oh, my goodness. I have to get good at training climbers really, really quick because these roses are so beautiful. St. George's, is another climbing rose from David Austin. I have to get really good at training them. Oh, man. Look at that. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful garden when we get it all grown in and filled in. It's going to be beautiful. Ooh, I have a lily. Ooh, stop it. I have two lilies. Look, this little thing, that's a lily bulb coming up. And here's one right here. So I got two to come up, which is good. And the second bed, why I say that's good, is that in the second bed, the squirrels or the rabbits or something dug up my tuber. I kid you not. They dug up the lily bulb and ate it. At them. I was so disappointed. I hope that there are more in there. I had planted four and I saw two on top. I don't know if they ran away with the third so I'm thinking that there may be one. So fingers crossed that we will have blooms. I'll have lilies to show you. Eustacia growing in beautifully. See it. Look at the wind. I don't know if you can hear it. I want you to see it. It is just going crazy. It's a beautiful day. Wow. But what I was yes, I'm trying to be more on top of taking care of the roses. I'm trying to ensure that they are deadheaded, that they are fed. I will be honest with you, although I know that we're supposed to feed our roses after the first flush. Sometimes I'll do it, sometimes I won't. This year I made sure to do it. And then I've also started feeding weekly because I saw an interview with the David Austin garden, one of their head gardeners, and they mentioned, hey, feed your roses weekly with that seaweed feed or um, a nice organic feed to get that down with the roses. And so I have been doing that. And I'm seeing the new growth come up that I like. It does look healthy. It does look great potential, Darcy Bustle. And so I'm going to try to stick with it as long as I can this season to see if I will be rewarded with a beautiful second flush of roses And then, wow, a third, right? Who's going to complain about more roses? I wouldn't. Yeah. All right. So let me not get on my tangent of talking. With just a quick view of the garden, everything is growing in beautifully. The garden is still alive, people. We are doing it, right? Can you imagine? We are doing it, guys. There's the wind doing its thing with the dapple again. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? All that movement and energy from the dapple willows. Yeah, I like that. And I kind of like the Shasta daisies at the bottom. They kind of work. What do you think? Yeah, kind of work. They cool it all down. They bring it all together with all the colors happening on either side. It looks like we're going to get a storm, but the weather says there's not going to be any rain. I'm turning on my sprinklers. It is, I don't know if you can see the difference in the light of day. It's really cloudy, overcast. And yeah, it looks like it's going to pour. I don't know. Hmm. I mean, nature probably trying to play with me this morning, but I'm going to go ahead and do my watering anyway. Worst case scenario is that it rains, and if it rains, that means the ground just got a little bit more love, right? Who is going to be upset with that? Not me. All right, guys, I'll go ahead and end the video here. Thank you for joining me for yet another beautiful. I see sprinkles. I think I just saw two sprinkles. I didn't feel it, but I think I saw it. Okay, well, thank you for joining me for yet another beautiful day in the garden. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see ya in the next video. Remember, have a great week. Bye, guys.